Yeah, not sure what happened there, Finny. Fortunately, we happened to pick it up at the last second, but we are back up. So Vlad's going to start on softs. Rico, Audi Man, C Savs, Otter, Hickey Cat, all on mediums. DJ Millsy hards. Noxie has gone the mediums. A-Lock hards. Then you've got Sinker on mediums. Cato and Beatty Nuts have gone the softs. Ronaldinho and Jacaribo are on hards. V-Dux has gone, they're on the mediums. V-Dux has gone the hards. Otens has gone the mediums, and the Viking has gone hards. Vlad doing everything he can to get tyre temperature into those softs. The man must have a cunning plan. Interested to see which strategy he's going to take out here. I dare say it's going to be softs hards, but who knows? Let's see. Just waiting for the final group of cars to make their way into their grid positions. And Oten's coming into his position. And I can see the Viking doing same. And we are almost set to go racing. Vlad on pole. Rico alongside. Revs start to build. Lights, even though we can't see them on our screen. Now you can. Out they go, and away we go. Let's see what Vlad can do on these softs. Tell you what, Audi Man got a blinder off the second row of the second row. He is absolutely battling for the race lead now as they go down into turn one. On the inside, but now the outside of Vlad, and he's done it. He's been able to move through and take the lead. Cheeky Otter is getting very cunning on the outside of Vlad as well. He's got the softs on, but it hasn't paid any dividends for him at the moment. He's falling back through the pack. Now we've got all yellows out across the track. Yeah, 3 wide, Fitty. Wasn't that? And credit to them, because they didn't touch. They were 3 wide going into a horrible braking area on the first lap, and they managed to keep it all clean. But Audi Man, race leader, then Cheeky Otter, Vlad, Rico. He didn't get a great start either, lost a couple of spots. In fact, let's check the positional changes. There you've got it. Audi Man up 2, Cheeky Otter up 3, Vlad down 2, same with Rico, C-Sav's down 1, Noxie up 2. Oh, so Hickey Cat stayed the same, then Noxie up 1, Beatty Nuts up 4. Looks like they're swapping positions there, so not sure what's going on back there with Noxie and that. Maybe there was just an adjustment that needed to be made. DJ Millsy down 2, Cato up 1, Jacaribo up 3, so too V-Dux, Otens and the Viking. A-Lock down 6, he didn't have a good start. Sinker out of this one, and that's why we've got the safety car out. Rip to you, brother. Your luck has to change soon, man. Your luck has to change soon. So it is full safety car time to kick this race off. Surprised with the start from Vlad. That must be the new pedals, right, chat? That will be the new pedals. Right. Only good enough to get pole. We just can't start with it. Hey, Vlad, revenge is a bitch, eh? Good to see Cato out there too. Made up on those softs. He's just been in a change to softs, so I wonder if he had contact with Sinker. Also, Otens has been in the pits. So Beatty Nuts, DJ Millsy, Cato, Otens and A-Lock have all pitted on that safety car. There's the predicted graphics. If the medium runners can go to about lap 14, lap 15. probably one of the less impressive graphics in the game, because I don't think anyone really goes by the standard pit stops. I suppose a few might. But with overcuts and undercuts being such a big thing in Formula 1 2022, you always try and tinker with it a little bit. See if you can give yourself an advantage. That man's got an advantage. What a great start from him. Second row of the grid. DJ Millsy has come into the pits. What's going on here? He's already been into the pits and he's going on to hards and a new front wing. Okay, so I wonder if he pitted and hadn't had the repair damage set to yes. Or maybe that's just me. So another lap behind the safety car, and in theory we should get going this lap because DJ Millsy will be able to catch up. And he's in a pretty good position too. Okay, yeah, he's got A-Lock and Cato that are both on softs around him, but because he's catching the pack by about a quarter of a lap, by the time he catches up to them on those hards, they'll be nice and warm, starting to get up to race pace. Is there a problem for Ronaldinho? He's just travelling slowly out there. He dropped off the back of the pack. I wonder if he had contact with anyone. I can't see his front wing, so I can't tell you if he's got any damage. It's visible, but he was definitely travelling. Yeah, no front wing. Finally, I got a camera angle. So he's had a whoopsie. Potentially, you'd say with potentially with A-Lock, but you never know. Safety car is staying out for another lap, is it? Yep. G'day, Pentagonial. How are you, my friend? Hope you're enjoying yourself. And probably Audi man just wants to get on with this. He probably wants to go. Doesn't want to be sitting behind the safety car. Cheeky Otter starts to close in a little bit now behind the safety car and start applying a little bit of pressure as we have Ronaldinho down in the pits getting a new set of hards, or going on to hards, and a new front wing. They have plenty of time to catch up with the back of the pack. 4 laps completed. 3 3/4 have been under safety car. I'm glad to hear you well, Penta. Glad to hear you well. Thanks for tuning into the stream tonight. Appreciate it. Nice to have you along. Think you'll be in for a good race. These guys are legit. So still over half a lap to go for our race leader as Ronaldinho tries to close in. So that tyre warmth advantage that DJ Millsy had has been thrown out the door. You can see Ronaldinho not wasting any time. And I think he needs to. Yeah, safety car's coming in this lap. So he's going to catch them at the perfect time. Certainly have a bit more tyre temperature than DJ Millsy. And Oaten's potentially as well. We'll see if he can make anything of it. Okay, safety car pulls away. Audi man has control of the pack. Just starts to bring his speed down a little bit so he doesn't get throttle lock. The rest of the pack start to close up now. And almost Rico running into the back of Vlad there. By the look of that, let's see. Audiman's gone. He's got the power down. He's using the ERS. And I think he's been able to get a half-decent jump on Cheeky Otto, who now has got a little bit of a run. Vlad weaving all over the track as he closes right up behind Cheeky Otto. Rico is in there as well. And C-Savs making that a really interesting dice as well. Now, Noxie and Hickey Cat are going side by side. If I can hit the right button. They're still side by side, haven't sorted themselves out. Hickey Cat is going to have the inside line as we get a horrible EA camera angle. And he does the switchback. Cheeky Hickey Cat got down the inside, but Noxie's been able to find his way back with a really cool looking crisscross. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see too much of it because we had a dodgy camera angle, and he's absolutely squirting like no tomorrow with the juice at the moment. Vlad on the softs, but not doing too much with them at the moment. 3 of those laps have been under safety car, and they still do wear. So it didn't really fall into his lap the way he wanted to. CSAVs has been able to get round Rico and now starts to bridge the gap to Vlad. And you've got Noxie back there in 6th spot. Hickey Cat and Beatty Nuts. Audi Man on his first proper lap. Obviously sets the fastest time, but more importantly, he's got a 0.9 of a second gap over Cheeky Otter, so he's making hay while the sun's shining, and CSAVs starting to get a little bit fired up. I'm not sure if he made a mistake there. He looked a lot closer to Vlad than that from the other camera angle, so I'm wondering if there was some sort of a problem. Yeah, Rico's now right up behind him. Doesn't have a look as they make their way to the chicane. Likes to sit back and see. Very calculative is our Rico Nosberg. Still doesn't have DRS, so he's going to have to be patient. But Audi Man not able to just disappear off into the distance like he was able to do. Cheeky Otter closed up. Did use a little bit of VRS. Oh, big spin now. That's Rico. He's gone around. He has spun, managed to keep it off the wall though. It's going to drop back to about 9th spot. In 8th at the moment, manages to hold off the second of the Alfa Romeos. So falls all the way back to 9th. That takes a bit of breathing space off CSAVs and gives Noxie and Hickey Cat the chance to elevate themselves more forward. Cheeky Otter with a big snap there at an unusual part of the track too, I noticed. Vlad with about 50% ERS. I don't know if he's just trying to stay with these boys. Audi Man down through the chicane. Hickey Cat, look, Hickey Cat's doing well. He's not only brought that down from 0.9 of a second to 0.6, but you can see he's just staying with him, almost waiting, anticipating DRS. He gets it now. Let's see what he can do down this straight. Vlad not close enough to get DRS, so he has to wait. Oh, he spun it. The Ferrari's around. Cheeky Otter has lost it. He's sitting in the middle of the track and drivers going off track to avoid him. He manages to go into reverse and get the car out of harm's way, but he's gone from 2nd all the way down to 11th spot. Wow, didn't see that coming at all. He will be absolutely raging. Absolutely raging. Cheeky Otter from 2nd spot, looking comfortable, looking relaxed, just got a little bit too much of the ripple strip through that final chicane, that very fast chicane, and the back of the car stepped out and he was on a merry-go-round before he knew it. So, closest battle we have on track at the moment is Hickey Cat v Noxie version 2. I never met version 1, Noxie. You'll have to tell me what the difference is later.
He has red hair and I don't.
He has red hair. Oh, okay, there is another. Okay, there must be another one out there. I get it. V-Dux puts in a quick time. 1:22.35, fastest man of the track. We like version 2 anyway. We like version 2. Yellow flags and safety car have come out. Now, we have A-Lock off the track. So A-Lock not having any fun. I can't get his car on screen, unfortunately. I think the Viking, yeah, he might already be past that incident and the car has despawned. So the Viking, lucky for him, on those new medium tyres now, he'll be way past the safety car. He can come around and get back onto the back of the pack. And okay, we've got pit stops going on. Audi Man's in, Vlad is in, C-Savs, Noxie, Hickey Cat, all coming into the pits. Beady Nuts stays out on those hards, as you would. So Hickey Cat goes to the hards. What's Vlad done? He's gone to the hard, so he was going a soft hard strategy. Will he take those to the checkered flag? Or will he be counting on another safety car at some stage? So Beatty Nuts, your new race leader. DJ Millsy into second spot. Audi Man, our race leader, comes out on brand spanking new hards in third. He'll be strong there. He'll be very, very strong there. Then Vlad behind him. C-Savs, Noxie, Hickey Cat, Rico, Cato up into the top 10, GG, Cheeky Otter. Then you've got V-Ducks, Ronaldinho and the Viking. Ronaldinho's gone into the pits, so I don't think he changed tyres. It's still saying mediums, 3 laps old, so he may have just had front wing damage or something there. Yeah, definitely on mediums, so not sure what all that was about. And I can see in the distance as well, the Viking is now completed that full circumnavigation of the Italian racetrack and has got himself right up onto the back of the pack. Well, will do by the time the safety car comes in. The Aston Martin safety car making its way onto the start-finish straight with Beady Nuts in pursuit. Now, DJ Mills and Beady Nuts, they've got 7-lap-old hards. Now, they obviously won't be as good as the guys that have got fresh, but 7 laps, they won't be that bad either, I wouldn't think. Mind you, the guys behind them in Audi Man, Vlad and C-Savs, all very, very quick drivers. I think I'd prefer to be on the freshest if they were behind me. In fact, I'd just pull over to the side of the track if they were behind me, if the truth be known. That way I won't get a cold when they come flying past. So at least another lap of the safety car. It'll potentially only be one more. Ronaldinho and the Viking should be able to close up to the pack pretty quickly now. So hopefully we get back to race conditions. This is our second safety car of the race. First one was on the first lap. It stayed out for a long time. It's funny, when you're in the race lead, you want the safety car to stay out. When you're anywhere behind that, you want it to go in. So Beady Nuts will have control of the restart. DJ Millsy weaving from side to side at the moment. He and Audi Man are doing it in unison. It almost looks like Formula One ballet between those two. Now they get out of sync. Vlad sitting right behind with new pedals. Safety car coming in this lap. Let's see what Beady Nuts can do. He has control of the pace. Sitting at about 140 kilometres an hour at the moment, just a little bit over, then brings it back. He's going to slow them right down, I dare say. Do you go at the final turn, or do you wait till you get closer to the start-finish line to reduce that potential of a driver juicing and getting past you? Each to their own. Let's see what Beady Nuts does. He still hasn't gone yet. Sitting in fourth gear. Now he's got the ERS on. Now he's going. What can he do? Can he hold out DJ Millsy? Audi Man having a go from third spot, right up behind DJ Millsy. And Vlad wants in on this too. Audi Man goes to the outside, switches back to the inside. He's made contact. Knows The front nose cone has received damage. He's lost part of his left hand end plate on the wing. And who was that went straight through the paddock? That was Noxie, I think. He's had a moment. Yep, gets a penalty as a result. Now, Audi man hasn't got the wing, but he wants to take the manoeuvre. Gets past DJ Millsy. Will he stay out or will he come in? He's managed to get himself up into second. Now, DJ Millsy has Vlad. And right behind Vlad, you've got C-Savs all over him. Let's ride on board with C-Savs. Back of the car snaps. He's saved a bit of VRS. He's got 80-odd%. Not going for the overtaking manoeuvre. Feints to the inside to try and put Vlad off his game, because Vlad does have new pedals. Okay. Onto the final straight. Yeah, it's going to be a meme, Pete. Sorry, it's going to be a meme. Is C-Sav's going to have a look? No, he decides not to. Audi man's holding up the pack now with this broken left-hand end plate. Vlad wants in on the action. He's come trying to go alongside DJ Millsy. Millsy, obviously, I'm going to see. I reckon he's down to 50% ERS. Vlad dives to the inside, dives to the outside, which will be the inside for the second part of the chicane. They are side by side. Here comes C-Savs into the fight as well. Another three wider. No. Vlad backs out of it, but looks like C-Savs is going to get a beautiful run on Vlad here and will take that spot going down into the chicane. Now the two teammates are side by side. Tight between them two. DJ Millsy and C-Savs through the chicane, looking at each other. Is there team orders? Let's ride on board with C-Savs. Gets a great run onto this second DRS zone. No DRS available at the moment, and he has an absolute stack of VRS to use, and he uses it wisely. He gets past his teammate, moves up into third spot. Out in front with almost a second gap, well, just over a second gap now. Beady Nuts doing a good job, doing a very, very good job. Audi man has been able to get back into DRS range. And if my maths is correct, this time around DRS should be re-enabled, as we have now Vlad having a go at the second of the Red Bulls, gets past him, and Rico follows him through. Will Rico have a go at Vlad down into turn one? No. Plays the long game. Smart play. Audi man has closed right up on Beady Nuts, and it's going to go round. It's going to go around the outside of him in the sweeper. It's got the overtaking manoeuvre done before they get to the chicane. Beady Nuts must have had a very slow run through that first chicane, because I looked up and Audi was right behind him, and the next minute he just went literally screaming past. And he needs to do it too, because C-Sav's on a charge at the moment. In third spot. And he's right up behind Beady Nuts. Needs to get rid of him nice and quickly, you would think. Hickey Cat up into sixth. DJ Millsy drops back to seventh. Cheeky Otter to eighth. Cato ninth. The Viking up to 10th. Now this battle for the race lead. Audi man. Beady Nuts hasn't let him go. DRS giving him a bit of a hand too. Now he has almost a look down the inside through the final turn. C-Savs wants to have a go. He goes straight past, and he may even get Audi man here. Yeah, goes to the inside. He's going to go from third to first in the length of the start-finish straight. Does he get it done? No, Audi man wants to fight. They're side by side through turn one. Still side by side through the sweeper. Audi man on the outside, so he will have the inside run to the chicane, but can't hold it out. Dives in behind. C-Savs, he still wants to go on with it though. He's all over the track. Looking very, very wanting. But C-Savs goes through to the race lead. GG. Audi man to second. Beady Nuts to third. Vlad to fourth. Then we've got Rico back there in fifth spot. Playing the long game. And the Alpha's around into the wall. Beady Nuts is gone. He's out. The exit of that right-hander just got too much ripple strip, and there we go, another safety car. And we just saw it on the screen. The back of the car stepped out. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have called that, dangerous or anything, Penta, because there was a bit of a gap back to Vlad, and he wasn't doing it to block Vlad. He was doing it to try and put CSAVs off his game. But I thought at one stage, he was going to have a go down the inside from way back. I wonder if CSAVs thought the same thing. Would have been hard in his throat. He was seen him there. And that's exactly what I think Audi Man wanted him to do. Look in the mirrors and miss your braking point, but CSAV's a bit too smart for that. The boy been around a while. He knows the game. So Vlad's gone into the pits for mediums. Now, who else has gone in? Cato's gone in. He's gone for mediums. The Viking is in the pits as well. He's come out on softs. So the Viking soft run starts now. V-Dux has come out on softs. Ronaldinho is on those 5-lap old hards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars pitted. 3 went for mediums. 2 went for softs. What do we got? Another lap or 2, potentially. Maybe 1 lap. Could be 2. Under safety car. Will the softs get to the end? If they do, they'll be very second hand. That'll be 11 laps on them as we join Ronaldinho, as he tries to close the gap up to the safety car, which will do another tour. Audi Man, even though he's got that front wing damage, he elected not to pit. He's obviously confident in his car. I mean, there's so many long straights here where it's going to be an advantage, but through the tight, twisty sections of the track, I don't know if I'd be that keen to not have a front wing. Safety car continues around. You're at this incredible racetrack of Monza. Love this place, love racing here. Just such a fun place. Not so much fun if you don't have good setup. Safety car coming down through Les Moss at the moment. Down towards Ascari. Will it come in this lap? The field's nose to tail, so potentially it should. We should know roundabout now. There it is, safety car coming in. So CSAVs slows the pack down. Sitting on about 150 kilometres an hour, weaving from side to side, trying to generate some tyre temp into these hards. When will he go? So it's CSAVs, Audi Man, Rico, Hickey Cat, Cheeky Otter, the 2 Ferraris doing well for the Scuderia. Noxie, Vlad, DJ Millsy, Cato and the Viking. He's gone. CSAVs put his foot down. Looks like he may have just caught Audi Man napping, but he's been able to make up an enormous amount of ground, and he's going to go side by side as they go down towards turn 1. CSAVs on the inside. Audi man on the out. The Alpha outbrakes himself, runs wide, allows Rico to get through. Rees joins the track, gets a 5-second penalty for his efforts. He gives back first position, but doesn't give back second. And now he's having a go at CSAVs. Ooh, interesting stuff. They're going side by side to the chicane. Audi man just won't back out. CSAVs takes his line, and as a result, Audi man gets a bit loose. That leaves the door open for Rico to come thundering through. Decides not to have a lunge at that section of the track. Audi man runs wide as he makes his way down towards Ascari. And Rico, all of a sudden, looking like he wants to play. Still got 83% ERS, plays 56. And again, Audi man runs wide. Picks up a penalty. In fact, speaking of penalties, once this settles down, I'll show you who's got what. What can Rico do? He's right behind him and he's juicing. He's in the slipstream. But Audi man's very fast in a straight line. The two Ferraris are sitting back there being patient. They've got the two Aston Martins nose to tail behind them of Vlad and Noxie. The situation status quo. Now, let's take a look at some penalties, shall we? We've got CSAS with 5, Audi man with 5, Noxie with 3. So Rico sitting in a good spot at the moment. I'm assuming that none of those penalties are going to be removed. Rico putting the power down. He's been kept very honest by Hickey Cat. Both those Ferraris are sitting there biding their time at the moment. Let's have a look on board with them. 87% ERS for both of them. As Rico runs very, very wide on the exit of Ascari. And I think now Hickey Cat, now that DRS is open, I think you'll find that Hickey Cat will start to apply a little bit of pressure. This time around, there's a overtaking manoeuvre going on up in front. This is Rico on the outside of Audi man, side by side through the chicane. Nice and clean. Audi man goes for the switchback. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Audi man just can't get the turn in that he needs, and Rico is able to hold down second spot, but he wants to go on with it again as they come up to the chicane. Looks to the inside, just costing them both time. And the Ferrari of Hickey Cat now right up onto the tail of this battle. He's all over the back of Audi man, in fact. That's right on board with him. Starts using some of this ERS. Now he's got DRS as well. Audi man's got the blinks going, so he's under 10%. And this will be a nice, clean, easy overtaking manoeuvre for Hickey Cat. And the second Ferrari now shapes up, the AlphaTauri. Onto the last straight, you can see that red light flashing, indicating the man has no more ERS. He's gone to the cupboard, and the cupboard's bare. And I think Cheeky Otter just played a patient game, waiting for DRS, knowing full well that he can do it and save a bit of DRS. He's got 40% DRS open now, and he goes rocketing past. Vlad's going to try and follow him through, but the door gets slammed as Audi man wants to fight back. Pointless task, does the switch around. Maybe not so pointless. He got through. He got through. Now Hickey Cat using the juice. Audi man still blinking. They're side by side and they're banging wheels. On board with Audi man now. They were banging wheels through there. And once again, with 5% ERS, looking to the inside. Maybe now he'll sit back and recharge. Just bide his time. Gets very loose on the exit of the turn too. And with 74% ERS, Vlad goes, yep, time to pounce. time to test my new pedals. They're side by side. They both go over outside bounds of the racetrack, just trying to stay out of each other's way, I think. But Vlad does move up into 5th spot. C-Savs, he is gone. 2.7 seconds down the road. Hickey Cat is close enough to Rico to keep him honest. And his teammate Cheeky Otter, 0.7 behind. I think Cheeky Otter will just be trying to save a bit of VRS now that he's back into the DRS range. But Vlad is pretty close to him as well. Yellow flags, Sector 1. Who was that? Was that DJ Millsy? Yep, DJ Millsy and Audi Man is around. Not sure what happened there, but that front wing damage to Audi Man's car has been amplified. Or reduced, if you like, because there's absolutely no front wing. Absolutely no front wing at all. So he'll be doing a tour of the pits, and we have yet another safety car.
That one actually happened right in front of me this time.
What happened, Noxie?
He just got turned around on the exit turn 2.
Who was that, Audi Man?
No, I think was it Millsy?
Millsy.
The one that got turned around? Yeah, so he got turned around. Wasn't by Audi Man, it was... Not going to say V-Dux, but he was around. I got overtaken by him like on the last corner, yeah. He would have had a better view than I did.
Well, thanks for that, Noxie. Much appreciated. So, unfortunately for DJ Millsy, he's now in retirement. So, Millsy out, Beatty Nuts out, Oaten's out, A-Lock out, Jacob Rebo out, and Sinker out. Vikings been in for another fresh set of softs. C-Sav's in, Vlad in, Noxie in. They're all going softs. We don't need to see the graphic to know that. Yep. Ron Aldino, 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. Shame, bro. Shame. That's so easy to do, especially here too. Rico, our new race leader. Hickey Cat in second. I think the Ferraris have got some speed here today. Could they make it an Italian Ferrari 1-2? Monza would become almost like a bonfire. The Italians would rage so hard. But he does have Vlad, C-Savs, Cato, Noxie, V-Dux, Audi Man, with the new front wing, Ronaldinho and the Viking all behind him on softs. Oh boy, this is going to be a hell of a finish. Yeah, Pentagon, you're right. He seems to have some bad luck. He's a very fast driver too, DJ Millsy. It seems to get caught up in bad karma for some reason. I suggested to him that one stage that he should just go to the Himalayan mountains and hang out with some monks and see if he could realign his karma and his chakras and all of those sorts of things, and potentially that might help him out a bit. I'm trying to make you smile, DJ Millsy. I know you'll be absolutely ropeable at the moment, bro. I know you'll be ropeable.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him, isn't it? I saw your message in the group chat, and I was like, yeah, I'll just jump in for a few more laps at the end.
Yeah, Pentagonial, nice to have you along. Let's. I'll put the Discord to air because I've had the boys turned down just in case they wanted to say anything. Nice to have you along, bro.
Thank you. Finally making an appearance in a GR.
You enjoying the race?
I thought it's been interesting.
It certainly has been. I'm just going to give you a little bit more volume here. So
it's always the same thing though. C-Savs at the front. Dude's just cracked.
Well, not today. At the moment, he's in 5th, but he's on those softs. So tell me, who would you like to be? Rico, Hickey Cat, and Otter on those 14-lap old hards, or the 14,000 drivers behind them on softs?
Depends how much of a fight the Ferrari and the Mercedes would put up, I suppose.
Yeah.
But they're all pretty respectful drivers. They wouldn't move left and right too much.
So Rico really needs to make hay while the sun shines.
He needs to get the restart of gods.
Well, he's trying to put as much tyre temperature into those hards as he can. 14 laps old. So everybody out there can take their tyres comfortably now to the end. No one needs to pit. It's sort of difficult when you're... Well, he wasn't out in front. I mean, he could have come in and gone for the softs, but he chose to stay out there on the hards.
Yeah, he thought track position would be better, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's so close. But if the safety car's out for another lap, which I don't think it will be.
Now it's got to be out for another lap because they've still got...
No.
Oh, it's coming in. That was late. That was really late, Penta.
That is a Michael Massey type decision. Then.
Ooh, careful. Don't forget he's a good friend of mine.
Is he actually?
Yeah, actually, yeah. We started our motorsport careers together, me and Michael. He raced a Formula 3 team called Piccola Scuderia Corse. So
What about race fixing? Anyway.
Rico out in front. He does get a good start too. The two Ferraris look like they're under pressure. Let's see what they're going to do. Here comes CSAVs. He's lining up Cheeky Otter going down to turn one. Flicks to the outside. The Ferrari goes defensive. Side by side. CSAVs with more grip on the inside at the moment. But wow, Cheeky Otter gets a great drive out of that corner. And all of this is helping out Rico at the moment. Now the softs start to come into play. Through the right-hander they go. And he can't get the overtaking manoeuvre done.
Got to give it to my old arch rival on track there. He drove that very well.
CSAVs goes to the inside, now gets third, relegates one of the Ferraris back to third, and Vlad is sitting right behind him. I think he's going to play the attack game as well. He's backed out of his ERS in fact, so he's decided not to. Face to the inside, but doesn't go for the overtake. Hickey Cat's got a couple more laps. Rico's got a couple more laps to go, and he's got a 1.3 second gap. So it's really fallen Pentagonal into his hands, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think Rico's got what he wanted off the restart. He's got a gap to those soft runners and the wobbling there in between. Because CSABs now is obviously going to get past Hickey Cat, who's going to try and make it as hard as he can in these closing two laps. And all the while, Rico just gets to sail away into the distance. Au revoir.
And what's interesting, he was using a fair bit of ERS. Now he's backed off. He's back to 51%. Hickey Cat's on 40 and starting to juice at the moment. CSAV's on a build-up. And was that Vlad having a go? I wish they'd give us some decent camera angles. Vlad, unfortunately, Cheeky Otter's gone off track. V-Dux has got through. Vlad is still unable to get round the Ferrari. Looks to the inside now, gets the overtaking manoeuvre done. His teammate Noxie looking up the inside. The Ferrari runs wide. It's out on the dirt. That'll open the door up for Noxie. Goes straight down the outside and tries to line himself up behind his teammate going into Ascari. The Ferrari feints a look to the inside. Vlad, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Unlucky for him, I suppose. Yeah, Cheeky got a bit out of shape there, but yeah, he's on those really old tyres and these guys just on fresh softs. And
you're pushing so hard in a situation like that, aren't you?
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Cheeky. He's driven a fantastic race so far.
1:22.0, fastest lap of the race for CSAVs. He's back almost within DRS range. DRS is open. Audi man fighting his way back. He's in 11th spot, 1:22.05, fastest lap for him. But the battle is on up front. CSAVs, 0.7 of a second gap. The championship leader up against Rico, who did lead the championship at one stage.
Track position versus fresh tyres, it's always the big debate. I think Rico's got to be in a bit of trouble here now.
Yeah, this is a DRS run, and he's only got 21% ERS, plays 47, so he may be able to hold him off. Down towards Ascari, Yep, can't get the overtaking manoeuvre done, and he's down to 16% ERS.
Yeah, a bit of an oversight there from CSAVs to not have that much battery left. He's pushed it too hard, I think. And then not left much for the last lap, but I reckon he'll get a decent run down this home straight.
V-Ducks down the inside of Hickey Cat. Vlad tries to follow him through there, side by side in the final turn. The softs will give him a bit more grip, and he will have DRS as well. Vlad goes fastest, 121.718, but the Ferrari's still keeping him at bay at the moment.
No, it's so sad for Hickey Cat. I've got a feel for him right at the end there.
Look at this battle for the race lead. Have a go at this. CSAVs, 0.1 of a second behind. He's all over the back. Final lap, looks to the inside, decides not to go there. He's going to wait for DRS. I think he gave him a little bit of a NASCAR-style push around that corner. Rico?
Give him a little bit of a love tap. Let's see what happens there.
Let's see, onto the second DRS zone they come. You think he's going to have him. 5% ERS. And the camera angles are terrible. CSAVs to the inside. They've touched. They both backed out of it. The Red Bull goes through to the race lead. And I think V-Ducks is going to launch himself too. I wonder, is there damage to the Mercedes? Down the inside goes V-Ducks. He'll go through into second spot. And there's a great dice further back too with Hickey Cat, Vlad and the Viking up into the fight. Through the final turn, CSAVs, checkered flag at the ready. He's going to come down across the line and take it. V-Ducks second, Rico third. Hickey Cat hung on for fourth on those 19-lap old tyres, hard tyres. Well done to him. The Viking got fifth. Vlad, well, he had new pedals, so what can we say, Pentagonial?
I didn't get quite a good look at what CSAVs did there because of the lovely camera angles we had provided to us by EA, but it looked a little clumsy, to be honest.
Yeah, it was I don't know who was at fault, but I saw them both hitting each other. V-Ducks gets drive of the day from last to that really decent podium spot as the Red Bull driver makes his way out onto the podium. Oh, I want his stance. You know, where he doesn't dance around like a chook that's just had its head chopped off. I like that. Nice and simple. Finger up, one finger up in the air. The Red Bull team like it as well. And look at that. That's Adrian Newey. That's supposed to be Adrian Newey that's up there on the stand for the Red Bulls.
It's like Lord Voldemort.
Okay, there's the podium animation. So it was CSAVs taking the win over V-Ducks, Rico, Hickey Cat, the Viking, Vlad, Noxie, Audi Man, Ronaldinho, Cheeky Otter, Cato, then our DNFs, DJ Millsy, BT Nuts, Otens, A-Lock, Jacob Rebo, and Sinker rounding out the 17. Penta, dude, thank you so much for coming in and joining us in the commentary box. Appreciate it.
Yeah, not for too long, but that's all good.
Hey, save me a few words. It all helps in the end, brother. Thank you. And thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you for watching today's live stream. Don't forget, we race in the Schumacher Series on Thursdays and Sundays. And as you can see, it's a pretty intense little championship with some very, very decent racing. So we'll look forward to catching up with you then. We've also got the Mansell Series. I believe, I've heard rumours too, World Series is on its way back on Monday nights. Can't wait for that. Can't wait to get out there and play with the GR guys again. I'm unable to do the Mansell Series at the moment, so I'm missing the boys. But I hear that it's not that far off coming back, World Series, which will be an absolute ripper. Have a great one, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Bye for now.